Maybe was your idea to do this kind of an image.
Yeah, it's my idea.
Yeah. What did you have in mind? I mean,
taking people from my neighborhood that, they call menace to society and letting them see places, they rather, they never get to see actually, whether it's the White House, whether it's Africa, taking them around the world with me so, they can change the way their minds are perceived of what the world is or what they don't know about the world. This judge right here symbolizes the fact that no matter who these individuals are or what they do, he would never have the right to judge their livelihood or their worth. So that's what that represents.
There's a lot of money involved also.
Yeah, a lot of money involved. Money symbolizes me actually giving back, using my own celebrity and what I've earned and what I pimped from the industry and actually putting it in their hands. Yeah, so it's a lot of different takes on it. I can go all day talking about it.
You've been telling me about pimping. It's a word that it's a little strange to me and it seems to have different connotations.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about pimping?
In this situation, two situations. It's either me being pimped by the industry or pimping my own celebrity for good or for worse and making that ultimate decision. And through the album, I have to make that decision. And I want to use it for the better, but, it's temptations and things around me. I'm only human. It can be for the worse, So that's a confliction within myself that I have to decide as I go on in my career.
I get this feeling this album is quite a bit about confliction.
It is.
Now, you titled it To Pimp a Butterfly.
Right.
Why not pimping you or whoever's pimping there? Why not pimping the caterpillar?
Yeah, the butterfly is pimping the beauty, the beauty of something that's already beautiful. The caterpillar is already on the streets. It's already rough, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we tend to pimp whatever we're attracted to, and I always looked at the industry as being beautiful. You make a lot of money, things like that. What ways I can pimp that? The industry always looked at my art as beautiful, what ways I can pimp that,
You're just a regular boy from Compton, right?
Yeah.
What was that moment when you discovered the magic of words, the power of lyrics? How did that come about?
It took a while for me to understand it. At first, it was just something I like to do as a hobby. But I think the first time it got me out of Compton, got me out of California, when I went to New York, I understood how powerful it was. Because I was asking myself, how can these people that never been to my community, never been in my neighborhood, feel what I'm talking about? They singing it word for word like they from my community. And that right there, I knew it was a different type of connection than rather just it's their favorite song. They actually connect to it on a more higher plane, So that moment then, I knew this is something that I want to do. This is something that I want to continue to connect with people.
How old were you?
I first traveled 18, 19, maybe 20. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm obviously not a native speaker, nor am I black, nor am I from Compton.
Right.
Who are you addressing with listening? Of course, I listened many times, but then I was thinking, is he addressing everyone, or is he addressing some people even a little more that are able to sort of decode all those references that are in there?
On this album, To Pimp a Butterfly, it's really the world. Taking my own perspectives from my community and having people on the outside listen, and bringing the world to my community so, we can have a little bit of more understanding for those who can't go to places I go. So I think the first album was really just pertaining to the people I grew up around. This one is more of the society that we live in today and getting perspectives and questions from both sides. My side, which is my neighborhood, the world looking in, and us looking back.
I mean, I've gone to school some years and I learned some English, but it's really a tough one to get through those lyrics. Did you take that into account?
Yeah, I did. I wanted something that you have to keep listening to for the next 20 years. Whether you get it today, whether you get it tomorrow, I just want you to keep listening and keep seeing how things unfold, not only through the music, but through my career.
I was thinking, it's been a long time that I was listening to sort of, that was really like an album. Not just that song and this song and that song.
Right.
But it rather felt, with all these references and all the different quotes and all the different musical ideas and all that's in there, it felt more like an opera or something like that. But to be honest, more like a rather sad part of an opera.
Yeah.
Was that your intention?
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to make it feel like a roller coaster. Anybody that was in the studio with me, I told them, this album can't come out unless it has valleys and peaks and, you know, highs and lows and twists and turns. I want this album to feel like when it's done, I'll be able to go to Broadway and we'll be able to perform it. The first hip-hop rap album on Broadway, you know? And that was my imagination. That was me challenging myself, you know, not only with my lyrics, but with the actual music. I sat in longer with the music just as long as I did with my lyrics, with musicians from LA, and really knowing how gifted they were and what they do. I didn't have that much respect I had then compared to now as far as musicianship, and it's amazing.
Do you feel you have a special responsibility now in the position that you're in now, and how do you handle that?
That's something I'm trying to accept now. You know, that's one of the things that I'm practicing, because you get a kid and you come from Compton and you put him on this big stage and say that you're a role model now. That's not nothing I snap into. I've been in the city my whole my whole life, following other individuals I looked up to in a negative way, you know, so you give a kid this type of power, I can't sit up here and lie and say that's something that I accept right off the bat. You know, my best gift to the world is just showing them that I'm human.
We're talking of walls. Can I, being from far away, can I understand this feeling of living in these walls that you're describing?
I didn't understand that. I never believed that until I actually went overseas and done some of my first shows and had people come up to me saying that my album helped them, you know, with themselves. And I always thought, how can my album help you? You know, I kind of put it down. I kind of didn't believe it. I thought they would just, you know, greet me and welcome me, which was cool. But I couldn't believe them saying that until I had one individual actually really go into depth and tell me how and why. Even though we're from two different worlds, what I do and talk about is just a sense of struggle and a sense of conflict, whether I'm coming from a gang environment or not. My conflict of struggling with gangs may be your same conflict of struggling with alcoholism or abuse or self-worth. And this is how it related. You know, you may not know the gang culture or the violence, but you know the conflict within yourself the same way I struggle with it, you know, with the culture of gangs. And that's how it makes sense at the end of the day. That's how the connection happens. People find their own ways to, in result, to gain some type of motivation from it.